Morning, Vinyl community. Steve here again with another set of my recent purchases to enjoy. Thanks to everyone that's watched so far. Now, videos are a bit rough and ready. I think as I do more, my style will improve. Hopefully, any tips will be gratefully received. You'll have to excuse the gleam. I'm feeling a bit warm in here. It's woke up out of the shower. It still feels like it's about 30 degrees, so it's raining outside. But enough about my problems. Let's talk about the records. And these batch came from my local record store. Cyclotron Records is based in the local market. Guy Pete, who runs the store, has been a dealer for 20 years, and in the last couple of months, he's decided to open a little store selling second-hand vinyl. Great selection he's got, and what's beauty of it, they're like all price ranges. And what I've got here, these are the come out of the pound bins, and you might be surprised to see that there's quite a lot of good stuff here. So from the single, I just bought the one single, and this is XTC's Senses Working Overtime. The last major hit single. It came from the album English Settlements, and yes, it was around this time that Andy Partridge decided he didn't want to tour anymore. Partly because he weren't enjoying it, and partly because he did suffer from quite bad stage fright. So from that period on, XTC sort of developed into this band in the 80s that produced some really good albums. If you've not heard any, I would certainly recommend you have a search and sort them out, have a listen. They are great records. Bee Gees' greatest double album. One of these albums where you've got side one and one record side one and side three, the other side two, side four. All confusing. You know, life's too short to keep getting up and down, changing records at each side. This record contains really the greatest hits from the 70s. Bee Gees, you know, and I think I grew up disco and sort of despised it. I think sort of unfairly lumped the Bee Gees into disco, and I think once you get older, you sort of listen to it, you find there's more to it than that. Good music of that era always stands out, and I think when you listen to something like Jive Talking, just the rhythms of it, you know, it's just more to it than just dance music. I think it's a lot deeper than where it is, and you can't get past the harmonies. I think that's what the Bee Gees were so good at. These next two, Jasper Carrott is a comedian from Birmingham. These are staples from the 70s. This one is Rabbits On and On. Contains the infamous Magic Roundabout, which was a B-side to a hit single he had called Funky Moped. And basically, it led him to getting banned by the BBC. Very funny man. A lot of stuff you hear you wouldn't be able to get away with now. I think it's a product of his time. Likewise, Carrot in Knots. So this is recorded in Nottingham. And again, a bit more into some songs, some monologues. Very funny guy. Got a few of his albums from the 70s. They're worth listening to. Like a beat-up copy of Eagles' Desperado. Now, to some people, this is the best Eagles album. I'm not quite sure. Some good moments. There are some moments that I think it's a patchy album in my opinion, and compared to say Hotel California. Recorded in the UK. Glyn Johns, the producer. The title track is the standout track. I think it sort of evokes that image of the Western, you know, the cover, and then you've got the picture of the back cover. I think that there is that theme there. And, you know, to a lot of people, you think America, especially growing up, you think of the West in that sense, the record does his job. But yeah, the standout track is the title track, Desperado. Linda Ronstadt's version is very good at it. Elton John's self-titled album, which is his third album, contains Your Song on it. That was his breakthrough album, I think, in the UK. With the hit, was Your Song being the big hit single, and you can get a sense. I've got Empty Sky's first debut album, and I think you can sense that it's all starting to come together at this point. And in the early 70s, what you can say about Elton John is, the output and the quality of the product is just amazing. I think obviously when the drugs kicked in, he lost his way a little bit. And you find that in the 90s, in the latter albums, he's gone back. He's not chasing the charts anymore. I think that's the one thing that's happening. He's not trying to chase success. He's not trying to compete. I think he's doing the stuff that he wants to do. And another album I picked up is Rock with the Westies. Rock Off the Westies, sorry. Read the cover first. This one from '73, got Island Girl is the single that came off that. And yeah, he's on that roll. Today we take it for granted that bands will do an album every 2 or 3 years, or artists will do 2 or 3 years. In the '70s, Elton was doing 2 albums a year, and quality albums. And I think that's something that's lost. Maybe because you could only fit 45 minutes worth of music on an album. I think that might have something to do with the quality control. Less is more. That's the problem with the CD. Suddenly you've got 80 minutes to fill. You feel the need to have to fill it, and sometimes that led to, I think, quality issues. The very few great albums that have come out on CD in the CD area. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Kaya. Great album, some great songs on here. It's got Sun is Shining, Is This Love, Satisfy My Soul. Probably one of his most commercial sounding albums. Bob Marley was a big influence. I think you could argue that he was the first world music star with reggae. The influence is there. If you listen to Stevie Wonder's Master Blaster Jamming, Hot in July, he acknowledges his influence. And I think you cannot but admire, again, the quality of the work. Again, such a lot output. One of the greatest, if he'd still been alive, how he'd have carried on. But, if buts and maybes. Simple Minds live in the heart, in the City of Light. Love it. Love this album, live album. One of the probably best live albums of the 80s. I believe when it first came out, it was the fastest selling live album of the time. It's sold more in the first week than Led Zeppelin. The song remains the same, and you can't go wrong with this. All the big tracks are on there, and the cut captures the band at its peak. I think after the 80s, their taste changed and grunge came in. I think they sort of suffered a bit because there was a big sound, big hair, and I didn't quite adapt. But like all great bands, they survived and they're still going. More power to their elbow for doing that. I enjoy listening to this, and I'm certainly going to be trying to find some more Simple Minds products, especially from the 80s. This album's an absolute must. Sparks, Kimono, My House. I'm old enough to remember the first time seeing Sparks on the television performing this town, big enough for the both of us. And the reaction was seeing Ron Mel with his tash staring at the camera. I think my mum and dad made a few choice comments about it at the time. I think weird was probably one of the cleaner comments. It's just the title. That song is a great song. It was a #2 single. The album's great. It's so diverse, and Sparks have kept going. They've always kept it interesting. I think they're brilliant. And what's it even better for me? Despite a scratch on the record, and this only cost me £1. It's on the Island, with the pink Island label, the pink rim. It's just absolutely sounds great. I played it a few days ago and I just loved it. Final record in this. I've got 2 more records in this batch, and they're both by the same artist, Stevie Wonder. Talking Book. Stevie Wonder in the 70s just nailed it. The quality of his output was just remarkable. I've got Inhibitions and Songs in the Key of Life. Again, cover's a bit beaten up, but the song stuff plays well. You've got here You Are the Sunshine of My Life. Superstition, when you got Jeff Beck to play. Apparently he offered it to Jeff Beck and he turned it down. Hey, we all make mistakes, but I just think this is just a great album. One of my favourites, I Believe When I Fall in Love. It's a great song. I know Art Garfunkel did a cooking version of it as well. The final album in this video is Stevie Wonder's Hotter Than July. In my view, his last great album. Going back to Bob Marley, it contains Master Jamming. Lately is the ballad, big ballad off the album. I Ain't Gonna Stand For It was another single, but really the outstanding track is Happy Birthday. And you look at the album and you look at the inner sleeve. It's all about one man, Martin Luther King. And if you're going to create music, create a legacy other than music. It's the campaign to get Martin Luther King's birthday as a national holiday, and to actually help succeed in doing that, I think says a lot of the power of Stevie Wonder. Obviously, it wasn't him alone that helped get the holiday, but you can't help wondering what that influence of that song. So there it is. All these records cost me £1 each, so not bad way to spend 11 quid. I think it was 11 quid. So that ends this video. So as always, thank you for watching. Click like or dislike. I appreciate comments and feedback. Just to help me produce better content in the future. So enjoy your weekend. Today's Saturday. And until the next time, keep smiling, keep listening to good music, look after yourselves.